Chinese authorities.
Hey chat. Give me one moment. I think that I need to re-enable my connection to Twitch here. Doesn't quite show that I'm streaming. Anybody on Twitch right now that can tell me if I'm live or not? Oh, well, perfect. It looks like the meeting hasn't started yet anyways. Oh, perfect. Like run. Okay, chat. Well, we're going to go ahead and just take another small bit of a break. Oh, wow, we have maybe a debate going on. Can listen.
Apparently, I don't know how often Democrats win in Ohio. But supposedly this guy just won they just won their primary. But I don't know if like Democrats are like hopelessly fucked in Ohio. As an Ohio guy, not often.
Chat, I'm gonna take a couple-minute break
Elections
while we get
Ohio,
this
20
going.
primary date.
We are waiting for the press secretary as well.
5th district, right?
Again, her not necessarily
so Nick
what she's
Rubando,
planning to address.
apparently one of these guys they said was a Rose Caucus guy.
But I suppose we'll find that out, won't we? I suppose we will find that out.
Democratic primary. So he won the primary with 17,449 votes. The Republican won with 56,000 votes. Holy shit. Supposedly the Xavier guy is part of the Blue Caucus. Oh, and it was also a truck driver. What the fuck? How many truck driver Rose Caucus people are there?
It is muted, isn't it?
Okay. This guy. No, the social city last week was okay. I don't know if I'd call her like a socialist, but everybody seems to have a lot of different ideas of what the fuck a socialist is, so whatever.
Appropriated in the third phase of coronavirus relief. The Trump administration will distribute a total of $12 billion in provider relief fund payments to 395 hospitals across the country that have been hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Christensen?
These hospitals have collectively cared for over 70% of the 184,000 Americans that required hospital inpatient care. $10 billion of the $12 billion will go towards hospitals treating 100 or more COVID-19 admissions. HHS is distributing an additional $2 billion to these 395 hospitals in proportion to the amount of care they provide to low-income and uninsured patients. This is consistent with our effort to ensure that Americans who need federal government assistance the most receive it. We'll be releasing a breakdown of the states receiving this funding and the counties receiving this funding, but for your awareness, New York, New Jersey, and Illinois receive the most funding by state, while New York, Bronx, New York, and Cook, Illinois receive the most funding by county as determined by our metrics. Our healthcare providers, as President Trump has repeatedly acknowledged, are our heroes as we work to defeat the invisible enemy. This relief funding will help these heroes defeat this virus. In reacting to CARES relief, I love what this one provider said. He said, thank you and God for this relief. I have tears in my eyes out of gratitude for these funds. Thank you so, so, so much. Additionally, 100 flights as part of Project Airbridge have been completed to date. These flights have expedited nearly 1 billion pieces of PPE for our healthcare heroes. The third phase of coronavirus relief also included $320 billion in additional funding for the Paycheck Protection Program, which, as you all know, provides forgivable loans to small businesses in order to keep their employees on payroll. This program has been extraordinarily successful. During the first round of PPP loans, 1.6 million loans were issued to small businesses. Of those 1.6 million loans, 1 million of them were given to companies with 10 or fewer employees. So it has gone to small businesses and businesses that need it most. But the PPP, look, it's not just another government program. This is supporting everyday Americans who, through no fault of their own, have found themselves in this predicament. We saw this firsthand at the White House on Tuesday. On Tuesday, President Trump welcomed small business owners and employees to the White House. These small businesses received PPP loans, which helped them pay their employees during the pandemic. Biddy & Bose was among the small businesses welcomed to the White House. Biddy & Bose employs 120 people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. It's a coffee shop not too far away from here. Biddy & Bose had to temporarily close its doors, but because of PPP loans, Biddy & Bose was able to rehire all of its employees. I had the real honor of getting to meet Michael Hoyp. He's one of the employees at Biddy & Bose, and he offered some words of encouragement to our country, and they really touched my heart, and I think they'll touch the heart of America, if you guys wouldn't mind playing those remarks.
You, President Trump and Ivanka, thanks a lot for inviting us. Thank you, Mr. President, for having us. I love my job, and I am excited about going back to work. At Biddy & Bose, we like to use the phrase called not broken. That means me and all my amazing coworkers are not broken, and we have lots to offer. I know the great country of the United States isn't broken either. So on behalf of myself, Megan and Amy and all the employees of Biddy & Bose, thank you for inviting us over. You guys are our family. Love you guys.
Michael's an incredible young man. I gave him a call yesterday and asked him what he was up to, and he said he and his fellow employees were literally handwriting notes to put in with their coffee packages that they send out to consumers. I received one of these notes from another company, and it really does put a smile on your face, and Michael's doing that each and every day. And Biddy & Bose, they represent the hope and opportunity that is on the horizon for America's workers, as their business embodies the American spirit. Workers like Michael show that this country is not broken and that we will recover together. Michael, thank you. You're an American hero. Thank you for sharing that message of hope. And with that, I'll take questions. John.
Kelly, if I could, welcome to the podium for the first time.
Thank you.
As well. The markets are down substantially today after the president yesterday suggested in the East Room that he might use tariffs to punish China over the coronavirus. Is there any serious consideration being given to putting new tariffs on China, or was the president just spitballing yesterday?
Look, I won't get ahead of any announcements from the president, but I will echo the president's displeasure with China. It's no secret that China mishandled this situation. Just a few examples for you. They did not share the genetic sequence until a professor in Shanghai did so on his own the very next day. China shut down his lab for, quote, rectification. They slow-walked information on human-to-human transmission alongside the World Health Organization and didn't let U.S. investigators in at a very important time. So we take displeasure with China's actions, but I certainly won't get ahead of the president with those announcements.
Is the president seriously considering forcing China to pay some sort of compensation, reparations, whatever word you want to put on it?
Again, when it comes to retaliatory measures, I will not get ahead of the president on that.
Thank you, Kaylee, and welcome to the podium as well. The president said yesterday that he has a high degree of confidence that the coronavirus originated in a lab in Wuhan, China, and yet his own intelligence agencies say they're still investigating. So Does the president have information, and has he drawn a conclusion that the intelligence community has not yet?
Look, the president's statement is consistent with the other intelligence assessments. While we continue to have very limited and dubious data from China, current assessments indicated that President Trump's statement is consistent with what some analysts believe is the epicenter of where the virus began. And I would note that intelligence statement you're referring to really made 2 points. One, that this virus originated in China. Two, that it began through contact with infected animals or was the result of an accident at a laboratory in Wuhan. So I consider that consistent with what the president said, that he's seen intelligence suggesting it could be in the Wuhan laboratory.
Yes. You seem to lean into the idea that this started in a laboratory, whereas the statement that we saw from the DNI said, we're still investigating those two options that you just laid out. Is the president in any way creating mixed messaging by not saying, we're still investigating?
No, let me remind everyone, intelligence is just an estimate, essentially, and it's up to policymakers to decide what to do with that intelligence. In this case, the policymaker is the President of the United States, and he'll make that decision at the right time.
Is the president any close to deciding what to do about China? Has he received any recommendations of the consequences? Is he anywhere near a decision?
Look, again, I won't get ahead of the president's decision or the timing of that decision, but he takes this very seriously because the decisions of China that I referenced, slow walking some of that information, put American lives at risk. And rest assured, this president has one priority, and that is the safety and the well-being of American lives.
Thanks so much, Kaylee. Welcome. Since it's been more than 100 days since the press secretary stood up there, wanted to get a better sense of what your plan is. Are you planning to do these on a daily basis at this point? And also, will you pledge never to lie to us from that podium?
I will never lie to you. You have my word on that. As to the timing of the briefings, we do plan to do them. I will announce timing of that forthcoming, but we do plan to continue these. John?
Welcome to the podium. A question for you on Project Warp Speed. Can you give us some more details? The president said ultimately he's in charge of this project, but will there be a day-to-day point person on this? What's the budget for this project, and when can the American people realistically expect that there will be a vaccine available to everybody?
Well, there is a day-to-day point person, and that's the President of the United States, President Trump. And with regard to vaccines, I would note the words of Dr. Fauci, which are these: going into a phase 1 trial within 3 months of getting the sequence is unquestionable. The world indoor record. Nothing has ever gone this fast. So what the president is doing, and under the president's leadership, we're in phase 1 faster than ever before, according to Dr. Fauci, and that should encourage the American people.
In the budget, and then there's really no other point person. I mean, I know the president ultimately, I guess the buck stops with the president, but he hasn't put somebody on the staff.
I'm not going to get into any details as to exactly how that works, but just rest assured we're on an accelerated pace to a vaccine, at least for this phase 1 portion of clinical trial.
The budget question?
Thanks. The Fed yesterday took an action that appeared designed to allow oil companies to access their lending facilities. So I'm wondering if the president has spoken to Chairman Powell about this, if he's happy about the move, and if the White House is considering any additional assistance to oil companies.
So I won't get into the president's personal discussions, but I would just note that the president is always looking out for the nearly 11 million American workers in the oil industry. I would also note that we're filling the Strategic Petroleum Reserve right now, and we'll buy 75 million barrels. So that's the only announcements I have on the oil front today. Yes, Halu.
Thank you, Kaylee. The president tweeted this morning about the protests in Michigan. He essentially said that the governor of Michigan should work with the protesters. He called them very good people and said that they are very angry. Some of those protests, I'm sure you saw, included heavily armed protesters, members of militia groups. I wonder if the president was speaking about those specific members who stormed the Capitol in Michigan when he talked about very good people.
Look, the president was referencing generally that in this country you have a First Amendment right to protest. I think that's something we all treasure here, and we should, rightfully. You have a right to do that constitutionally, but you must protest within the bounds of the law. He encourages everyone to protest lawfully, and also to engage in our social distancing guidelines, which we think all Americans should engage in.
Do you have any response to just the imagery of people with long guns, essentially storming the Capitol, going into face-offs with police officers, and intimidating in some way some of the lawmakers?
Again, the president says, that we must protest lawfully and act within the bounds of the law. Yes.
Thank you for being here. When the president says we did a spectacular job, or when Jared Kushner talks about a great success story, some Americans see it as a lack of empathy. Do you understand their reaction?
Look, Jared Kushner has, first of all, done a great job for this administration. And what I would say to that is that when he talked about a success story, he was talking about the story of this administration, which is a story of mobilization for the American people, the greatest mobilization of American industry since World War II. Of course, we grieve for every American life that has been lost, but we want the American people to be confident in the response of this administration, and that is what he was referring to. The fact that in the average year, the healthcare industry uses 25 million N95 masks, and we have delivered in this short time 75 million N95 masks, more than 3 times what the healthcare sector uses in a year. That's extraordinary. It's extraordinary that some in the media were saying that we needed 1 million ventilators, and this president we've needed far short of that so far. Not a single American has died for lack of a ventilator, and the fact that this president can look the American people in the eye and say, I am producing 100,000 ventilators this year alongside the private sector. 100,000 ventilators, that's 3 times what we produce in the average year. I'd consider that a great success on behalf of the American people.
I guess it's more about the tone than the policy itself.
We want to give the American people confidence that they have a federal government that is doing everything in our power to provide the necessary equipment to combat this invisible enemy. We grieve for the American lives. We've said that repeatedly. I will echo that today. My heart breaks for those. I pray regularly for those who are affected by the coronavirus. But we're going to give confidence to the American people that you have a federal government under President Donald Trump that's going to step up and give the greatest mobilization of the private sector since World War II.
Yes. Thank you so much, Kaylee. Thanks for being here. President Trump mentioned the situation in Brazil a few times this week. Besides talks of cutting off flights from Brazil, are there talks of, in terms of sending assistance to Brazil, sending PPE or ventilators to Brazil? And is President Trump planning to talk with President Bolsonaro?
Well, the president has mentioned that he has sent ventilators around the world. Any excess supply, we certainly look to help other countries. But, in terms of a specific announcement regarding Brazil, I don't have any new information for you on that front today.
Yeah, Kaylee, welcome. One of the most important parts of your job, though, is to have access to the president. Can you give us some indication that since you've been named press secretary, what kind of access do you have to the president to get what he's thinking and relay it to us?
Yeah, I can tell you this. I'm around the president almost the entire day. I was just with him before I left to come out and speak with you guys. I think my staff can attest to the fact that they have a very hard time finding me because I'm normally with the president in the Oval Office. So I'm consistently with him, absorbing his thinking, and it's my mission to bring you the mindset of the president, deliver those facts so this president gets fair and accurate reporting and the American people get fair and accurate information. Yeah.
Thanks, Kaylee. Just following up on Kristen's question, China's blocking the World Health Organization from coming in and investigating how this started. Shouldn't external investigators be allowed into Wuhan to determine, 1, how the pandemic started, and 2, maybe a way that we could expedite finding a cure for this thing?
Look, there's no secret that China stopped U.S. investigators from coming in. It was of paramount importance that we got into China in an expedited fashion, and that didn't happen. With respect to the World Health Organization, they have some questions of their own to answer. The United States, as the president has emphasized, provides about $400 million to $500 million per year to the WHO, compared to China at roughly $40 million a year. But yet the WHO appears to have a very clear China bias. I mean, you look at this timeline, and it's really damning for the WHO when you consider the fact that on December 31st, you had Taiwanese officials warning about human-to-human transmission. The WHO did not make that public. On January 9th, the WHO repeated China's claim that the virus, quote, does not transmit readily between people. That was quite apparently false. On January 14th, the WHO again repeated China's talking points about no human-to-human transmission. They praised China's leadership on the 22nd of January. On the 23rd, they said, and this is incredible, the pandemic didn't represent a public health emergency of international concern. And even on February 29th, you had the WHO saying that when the coronavirus was spreading around the world, they to put political correctness first by opposing life-saving travel restrictions. The travel restrictions this president put in place, the travel restrictions that Dr. Fauci praised as saving lives. And you have the World Health Organization opposing a measure that saved American lives. That's unacceptable, especially at a time when the U.S. was providing $400 to $500 million. John.
Kaylee, this time last week, the president was saying that he was not happy with Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp for beginning the reopening process in the way that he was at the time that he was. A week later, there have been some peaks and valleys in new cases in Georgia, but overall the trend line is down. Do you know what the president's thinking about the Georgia reopening is as of today?
Look, the president is resolute in saying that the states take the lead here. It's the decision of governors to decide what is best for their state. That being said, I talked to the experts, I talked to Dr. Birx, I talked to Dr. Fauci, and they say, rightfully so, this president has always sided on the side of data, which is why he encourages all states to follow the data-driven guidelines to reopening. All states from Georgia on down the line should follow those guidelines, but ultimately it is the decision of the states. And one note I would make about the president, in times of national emergency, we seem to have had a trend in this country where presidents aggregate power at the federal level, but this president has devolved power. He's invested in a principle that I cherish, and I know many others do, which is federalism, and I think that was the right decision.
Has he mentioned how he feels about Governor Kemp in the last few days?
I have not spoken to him about Governor Kemp in the last few days.
As the on the lines of reopening, as the president pushes forward to reopen the country, does that mean he'll be campaigning in those states where that will be reopening?
So I would refer you to the Trump campaign on that question. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, Kaylee. You mentioned Dr. Fauci a minute ago. Are we going to have any more press briefings with Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx and the health experts, or is the White House kind of shifting the message to focus more on the economy and less on the public health aspect?
Well, let me back up and talk to you a little bit about how we approach disseminating information. When I talk with my colleague Alyssa and we plan out the communication strategy for this White House along with the president and Ben as well, what we do is we say, what is the best mode for the public to receive this information at this time? And we allow the news cycle and the needs of the American people to guide us. And at the moment, what we see happening, and I hinted at this in my gaggle last week, is you have 35 states, and probably more at this point, with plans to reopen the country. Americans are looking to reopening the country. We've had Dr. Birx in several events this week. They've been Dr. Birx and Fauci out on the airwaves. They're really incredible people and have done a great service for this country, but we allow the news of the day to guide us, what the American people need to hear. And right now we're in a reopening phase, which is why you've seen the president this week with CEOs, you've seen him with small business owners, with small business employees, today with some great heroes that have emerged from this pandemic and have done a lot of the hard work. So every day we approach this as, how can we disseminate this information? There's a need for information, which is why I'm here supplementing the efforts of this president to get the message out. I would also note he's the most accessible president in history. Took questions twice yesterday, twice the day before. You hear from him quite often, as well as our medical experts.
So is the task force still meeting? I guess what's the role of the coronavirus task force? We still have hundreds of people a day are dying. So what role does the task force have versus the economic advisory groups?
Yeah, the task force meets regularly. I go to those meetings. I hear them. Dr. Birx, I should say, is meticulously reviewing the data in granular detail. I watch them spend sometimes the upwards of 2 hours in these task force briefings. So those are still ongoing. Rest assured, we want a safe reopening. So we are prioritizing the health of the American people, as well as looking forward to reopening this country.
Yes, thank you, Kaylee. Back to the DNI statement from yesterday, there is a quote that I'd like you to give me a response to. It said, the intelligence community also concurs with the wide scientific consensus that the COVID-19 virus was not man-made or genetically modified. This was from the DNI statement. How do you see this statement? How do you understand this? And also there was a piece in the New York Times that said senior Trump administration officials have pushed intelligence agencies to hunt for evidence to support the theory that COVID-19 was made in a Wuhan laboratory?
I can assure you that no one is pressing the intelligence community to come to a determination. The intelligence community statement stands. It's in perfect concert with what the president said. So, you know, I encourage the media to convey the facts to the American people, which is that we're in line as an administration and we stand by the intelligence community, and that is in complete concert with what the president said yesterday. See, who haven't I gotten to? Oh, I've gotten to almost everyone. Okay, so we're in round 2. That's great. Yes.
Thank you. Today, former Vice President Joe Biden denied allegations of sexual misconduct against him. Does President Trump take him at his word, given that, as the president has said, he has denied allegations against himself?
Well, what I would say is that we are pleased that the former vice president has decided to go on the record. It took him less than, 16 hours to follow the advice of the president of the United States and come out and publicly address those claims. So, you know, we're glad to see that he's on the record on this.
Let me just ask you about something the president said moments ago in an interview. He said that Tara Reade is, quote, far more compelling than anything they had with respect to Brett Kavanaugh. What did he mean by that? What is more compelling?
You know, that's the president's assessment, so I would point you back to his words. I think it was a grave miscarriage of justice, what happened with Justice Brett Kavanaugh. There's no need for me to bring up some of these salacious, awful, and verifiably false allegations that were made against Justice Kavanaugh. That was an embarrassment for the Democrat Party to have dragged the name of a very respectable man through the mud like that. So I'll leave it at that.
Yes, Kelly is the radio puller. I'm asking this on behalf of our colleague. There's word the decision to release Michael Cohen from prison to home confinement due to COVID-19 has been reversed. Did the White House directly or indirectly intervene here?
No. So absolutely not, I would say there. But I am glad that you brought up justice, and because, look, there's, again, a case of injustice that is yet to be brought up today, but I certainly would like to bring it up, and that's the case of General Michael Flynn. What we've all learned from that should scare every American citizen. The fact that you had Jim Comey admitting in December of last year that he violated a protocol by directing agents to confront Flynn, something that he would not, quote, have gotten away with under previous administrations. The FBI told Flynn he didn't need a lawyer when they came to meet with him. McCabe told FBI agents that he didn't think Flynn was lying. And then all of that information we've learned over the last few months and years culminates in the fact that we have a handwritten FBI note that says, quote, we need to get Flynn to lie, quote, and get him fired. There was an unfair target on the back of General Michael Flynn. It should concern every American anytime there's a partisan pursuit of an individual, and that's certainly, at least those questions are raised with regard to General Michael Flynn, an honorable man who served his country. John.
Yeah, Kelly, on that, when the president fired Michael Flynn, he said he was doing so because he had lied to the vice president and he had lied to the FBI. So, given all that you've just said, isn't it still true? Doesn't the president still believe that Michael Flynn lied to Vice President Pence and lied to the FBI?
Well, first, let me address that. Vice President Pence is on the record about this. He said he's inclined to believe that Flynn did not intentionally mislead him. And I guess I would turn the question on you and just ask, does it trouble you that the FBI said, we got to get Flynn to lie? Doesn't that trouble you as a journalist? And not only that, as an American citizen.
Well, it's certainly something worth reporting. It's not my job to say whether or not it's troubling. But the bottom line is the president said point blank that Flynn lied to the FBI and to the vice president. And I'm just asking a very direct question. Does he still believe that Michael Flynn lied to the FBI and lied to the vice president?
And again, I'd point you to the vice president's statement that he's inclined to believe that Flynn did not intentionally mislead him. And I'm asking back that all of you in your coverage endeavor to report what is a very scary story when the FBI is saying, let us get someone to lie. I've seen very scant coverage of that. It's a story worth reporting, and a story that I hope the American people, if you haven't heard it yet, are getting to hear for the very first time.
Chanel? I think he lied still.
Thank you, Secretary McEnany. Going back to the South China Sea, we had an issue come up this morning where you had the USS Barry crossing international maritime waters, and then this is in the South China Sea, and Chinese officials are saying that this will be a dead-end endeavor. Has the president spoken with any side on the Chinese as far as what the United States is going to continue doing? Is the U.S. Navy going to just ignore these threats and keep going through these international waters? What are your responses to China's increasing
That's a good question.
aggression in the South China Sea again?
Yeah, I have no news to report as to the president's conversations, and for the specifics of that, I would redirect you to the NSC. Yes.
Thanks. In the same podcast interview, the president said that Democrats would, quote, have to give us a lot for aid to states. I'm wondering if you have any idea of what specifically the White House or the president is asking for, and secondly, what you'd say to somebody like Governor Cuomo, who says, you know, the president's already told me, you know, a few weeks ago that he would support this type of assistance, and why are we bailing out, you know, airlines or defense contractors, but not the states that pay teachers or first responders?
Well, first, you brought up Governor Cuomo, so I just thought it's a good time to remind everyone that Governor Cuomo has praised the president's response in this COVID-19 crisis, saying that what the president has achieved is a phenomenal accomplishment, and we thank Governor Cuomo for those very kind words. But on that note, with regard to funding to states, Phase 4 is something that we want to start negotiating on immediately and get to work on. The president has said, look, I will certainly look to consider helping states who have coronavirus reasons for the financial situation they find themselves in, but he doesn't want this to be an excuse for decades and decades of bad Democrat governance that have run some of these states into a financial predicament. So he has mentioned that in terms of the types of things he wants to see in this Phase 4. I don't want to get ahead of the negotiations, but I do want to emphasize that he has mentioned sanctuary cities. This is a really important issue that has cost American lives. Last year, a brave ICE officers arrested more than 120,000 criminal aliens charged with nearly 10,000 burglaries, 5,000 sexual assaults, 45,000 violent assaults, 2,000 murders, and in the last year, egregiously, 5,000 human trafficking episodes. So American lives matter, our brave ICE men and women matter, and it's something that he's mentioned he'd like to see in a Phase 4.
I mean, you raised that, and the president's been kind of vague about this. Are you explicitly conditioning state aid on states or cities, not saying that they would have sanctuary city policies?
No, I'm not. No, not conditioning anything, but saying that is a negotiation item that the president will certainly bring up.
Thanks very much. So the president has in the past denied any of the allegations from the many women who have accused him of sexual misconduct. But per that podcast today, he seemed to suggest the allegations that Tara Reid has raised are more, what did you say, credible than the ones against Brett Kavanaugh. What about the allegations that were raised against him, however? Why should the public, or what makes them any less credible than the allegations from Tara Reid?
The president has swiftly denied all of these allegations that were raised 4 years ago. He has always told the truth on these issues. He's denied them immediately, and you're bringing up issues, like I said, from 4 years ago that were asked and answered, and the American people had their say in the matter when they elected President Trump as president of the United States. But, you know, the media, leave it to the media to really take an issue about the former vice president and turn it on the president and bring up accusations from 4 years ago that were asked and answered in the form of the vote of the American people.
Just come back, Haley, to John's question, because Kellyanne Conway spoke to this the other day and suggested that two things could be true at the same time. We now have the vice president saying it's his belief that General Flynn may have unintentionally misled him. That's now 3 years after the fact. But the two things that could have been true at the same time were that Flynn lied to the vice president and also lied to the FBI. If you remove the FBI piece of that, would the president still have fired Michael Flynn for his belief that he lied at that point to the vice president?
I mean, I'm not going to engage in a hypothetical, and that's essentially
When was the
what
campaign
that would be. But what I would say is
manager?
echo yet again that this was a grave miscarriage of justice. I am very glad that the FBI thought to keep a paper trail, because what many have said for a very long time, pointing to the first few facts I shared with you, culminating in that handwritten note, I'm glad they kept such good documentation of their intent to slow walk General Flynn into a trap and to essentially create, as I mentioned, a grave miscarriage of justice. So FBI, at least we can thank you for the great note-taking.
Let me follow up on that, though. John does bring up the point that General Flynn pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI.
I'm not going to get involved in what was a matter of
justice,
though, in a sense. Do you not consider it a miscarriage of justice when you have the FBI writing, we want to get someone to lie? Is that a miscarriage of justice?
But in the end, he pleaded guilty, and then that's...
You hesitated because you know what the answer is. The answer
That's
is
up
yes.
to a lot of other people to
And I would
decide,
encourage the
suppose.
media to cover it because I've watched a lot of your networks. I've read a lot of your papers. I've seen a whole lot of scant information about Michael Flynn when there was a whole lot of speculation
Damn.
about Russia, culminating in $40 million of taxpayer money being lost and the complete and total exoneration of President Trump. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna cut this short now and go see my little 5-month-old here in a few hours. And let me just say this, the president at 5 p.m. leaves today for Camp David. It's going to be working weekend. He'll be
Hey, what
talking
up,
with
Vinny?
heads of
How's it going,
states,
man?
with elected officials. We have a great event coming up this afternoon. And of course, everyone should watch the Fox News Town Hall with the president from 7 to 9 p.m.
What's going
It'll be,
on, brother?
Can't miss television, much
How you
like the
doing?
highly rated President Trump coronavirus task force briefings
streaming?
have been. Thank you.
Oh, she's piecing out already? Dang. Like a bat out of heck. No stream Marino. That was an instant queue. You later tonight? Cool. I have some moving I have to do. Today is my last night here at this current room in this house, so I have to kind of resituate myself. Moving forward, I think I secured myself a lease on a 6-month for $300 less than the what was the current housing value three months ago on a room in Mountain View, and a pretty nice place, pretty nice room. It's a lot bigger than this room for not very much more money. And other than that, I will see if I can get in touch with Nate. I want to make good on that sooner than later, because I know it will happen. It just it sounds like I think just Nate's been having a tough week, a tough couple of weeks, even. So once he gets back on, I'm gonna give him time. Once he gets back on, I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna make sure that he he gets on and follows through. Yeah, cybernetics, gotcha. Twitch keeps cutting in and out. Interesting. I'm not sure if that's on my end or not. However, I was just saying that I would like to make good on the restream, or not the restream, the like a game with you and Nate. I think he's been kind of having a rough couple of weeks, and I've been kind of giving him a little bit of time and room. Once I see him on, I'm gonna kind of poke him, say, "Hey, man, come spend 20 minutes of your day to come voice chat with some of your old friends from high school, and it'll make you feel good. It'll make you forget about things. It'll make you more excited, probably, to get maybe playing games again, playing games with us. I think that'd be good." We want to go chrono here, I think.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Man. Brawler. I hate Malphite. I think Malphite's really bad.
Chaos is the preferred state of nature.
Yeah, for real though. I just want to see how he's doing. Yeah, I think he's just in a weird state in his life where he's being asked a lot of him, and not necessarily like it's nothing crazy. It's just, you know, it's a full-time job, I believe, or not salaried, but a full-time job on hourly, and it's quite stressful. You know, it's kind of like data entry. You got to parse through these forms, and you got to make sure that you parse the proper values, and with respect to those values that you parse through, make sure that you solution. Gosh. I feel like I just threw. Oh well. That was a double Caitlyn I just had right there. Oh well. For the same. Yeah, he's just no ill will. He's just busy. No ill will. He's just busy. All right, let's see if we can get some sort of... I can't believe this is already done. Did we learn anything about this press briefing?
President Trump, coronavirus task.
Let's run it back again. Darius, huh?
With honor.
Darius.
Like fish in a barrel.
I wonder what I can necessarily put on without triggering my
Care they provide to low-income and uninsured cared
content
for over
warning.
in the third.
Like, does this constitute as fair use? I don't even know. Hey, who joined? Who'll be there? What's going on, guys?
Appropriated in the third phase of coronavirus relief. The Trump administration will distribute a total of $12 billion in provider relief fund payments to 395 hospitals across the country that have been hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. These hospitals have collectively cared for over 70% of the 184,000 Americans that required hospital inpatient care. $10 billion of the $12 billion will go towards hospitals treating 100 or more COVID-19 admissions.
What? How does it hit
HHS
him?
is distributing an additional $2 billion to these
Come on,
395
no.
hospitals in proportion to the amount of care they provide to low-income and uninsured patients. This is consistent with our effort to ensure that Americans who need federal government assistance the most receive it. We'll be releasing a breakdown of the states receiving this funding and the counties receiving this funding, but for your awareness, New York, New Jersey, and Illinois receive the most funding by state, while New York, Bronx, New York, and Cook, Illinois receive the most
Level
funding
3
by
Lucian,
county
baby, with
as
BT.
determined by our metrics. Our healthcare providers, as President Trump has repeatedly acknowledged, are our heroes as we work to defeat the invisible enemy.
Invisible.
This relief funding will help these heroes defeat this virus. In reacting to CARES relief, I love what this one provider said. He said, thank you and God for this relief. I have tears in my eyes out of gratitude for these funds. Thank you so much.
Was this guy a farmer from Kansas?
Additionally, 100 flights as part of Project Airbridge have been
Did he
completed
give
to date.
this girl
These flights
his
have
last MAGA
expedited
hat?
nearly 1 billion pieces of PPE
Yo,
for our healthcare heroes.
We in there. We blasting this guy. He's the
third
number
phase
one
of
tune. I'm
coronavirus
gonna
relief
blast him
also
down. Blast. Look
included
at the boom.
$320 billion
Bam.
in additional funding
No.
for the Paycheck
Oh, I
Protection
dodged
Program,
it.
which,
Pog.
as you all know,
No, dodge it
provides
again. Dodge it
forgivable
again.
loans
Dodge
to
it.
small
Dodge it.
businesses in order to keep their employees on
Oh,
payroll.
no.
This program has been extraordinarily successful.
That was
During the first
insane.
round of PPP loans, 1.6 million loans were issued to small businesses. Of those 1.6 million loans, 1 million of them were given to companies with 10 or fewer employees. So it has gone to small businesses and businesses that need it most. But the PPP, look, it's not just another government program.
Yo,
This is supporting
you wanna play something?
everyday Americans who, through no fault of their own, have found themselves in this predicament. We saw this firsthand at the White House on Tuesday. On Tuesday, President Trump welcomed small business owners and employees to the White House. These small businesses received PPP loans, which helped them pay their employees during the pandemic. Biddy
There we
and
go.
Bose was among the small businesses welcomed to the White House. Biddy and Bose employs 120
Hey, brother.
people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Mic check. Mic check.
Yo, hey, what's up?
Hey, not too much, man. Just kind of getting the ball rolling, so to speak. Let's see. Sector. Like this guy? Maybe we like this guy. We stay at 10. I think we stay at 10. What are you doing, homie?
I just got off of work.
Nice.
Waiting for a thing to upload. And
Oof.
yeah.
Is it I just hear like I just think of proprietary like formats and like media maybe, I don't know. Maybe not proprietary formats, but just media and uploading. Gosh, compression. Ugh.
Yeah, and I'm using my like ass internet at home, and I only have
really?
like 3 up,
Dang.
and I'm uploading like close to a 40-minute video as a
Mhm.
replacement.
You're not in the metropolitan area, right?
Press on.
Blade Master.
I don't think Santa Barbara's metropolitan technically.
I think that they have probably some like decent representation backbone wise, ISP wise. I would think that you could probably get like, you know, like theoretically in the area, like a 1-to-1, maybe 100 up, 100 down connection. But who got the time for that? You know what I mean?
Dude, I just don't know. Like in Sweden, they have the fiber, right? They have
Yeah.
fiber optics,
That's what I
and
hear.
they get like 1,000 down, 1,000 up, or 500 up.
For like what,
technically.
like $20 USD basically?
But for fucking free comes with the apartment.
Oh my god.
My buddy sent me a screenshot. I'm like, I hate and his apartment. It's like a 2-bedroom kind of situation for himself at like $600 a month.
Damn, I felt pretty baller for negotiating down from 16 to like 12.
That's nice. I have a 1-bedroom and I'm 1650.
Yeah, well, this is a room in a house.
Oh, okay.
A little bit not as.
That's pretty good for, you said the Bay Area, right?
Yeah, Mountain View actually. Pretty close to the
Mountain
Googleplex
View.
is their biggest selling point, so I guess that's what I'm paying for. That's
You're paying for the Google?
I'm paying for the Googleplex, the proximity to the Googleplex.
Your internet gets faster based off of distance. The closer you get to the Google, the mainframe.
I think that the mainframe is definitely. If you listen to the ramblings of some of the most deranged people trying to sport their little vests, Patagonia vests, on top of their bold-colored long sleeve underwear, they say
while they're wearing cargo shorts.
Yeah, while they're wearing cargo shorts. Yep, and they don't necessarily have no beard. They don't necessarily have a big beard. They have like kind of a little bit of neck beard in between. Yeah, it's basically the underbelly of the internet. Googleplex and Mountain View. That place is insane, though. That I was given the opportunity to take a quick tour of some of the facility, and it's a massive place, spanning, I don't know, maybe it seems like many acres. Kind of feels like a university campus.
Right.
My mom is a massage therapist, specializes in myofascial release therapy, and one of her friends, or a compatriot, a colleague of hers, in the same practice, works at the Googleplex as a massage therapist, and she was saying that her workflow for her office and her practice is that she shows up, she has fresh sheets already laid out for her and ready. I don't know about that, but at least somebody from like the janitor staff comes and washes the table sheets and then lays out a fresh set for them like in the morning, and that's like almost like you have servants, like almost like you're a royalty member.
Oh wow!
As a massage therapist, like that's insane. Like I would have to help my mom like with the laundry, like loading it into the car, or maybe like start the laundry at night because like she was like tired of making food or whatever. But you got these people who are paid very well. Hey, what up, Ryan? You got these people who are paid very well, and then they also just it's almost an ethical or a moral question. I don't know. It's like you go to this place, at least as my perspective, my impression was you go here and you see that these people who work at Google are presented with like free square meals a day, like 3 of them. Just go over to the cafeteria, one of 2, maybe more, and then just line up, scan your badge, and you're good. I was given a visitor's badge because I was in with Flint, and yeah, I mean, I didn't have to pay anything. It was insane.
It's really cool. I always hear stories about like people working at Facebook or like Google or like my girlfriend's friend and her boyfriend, they work at Facebook and YouTube now, respectively. And like Facebook sounds insane. Like,
I don't know too much about the culture. I just know that they were one of the first to work from home, and we weren't. And they're like right down the street. I'm like, what the frick?
Yeah. I mean, they're a big company. They probably made that decision like on the spot, but they had like 5-star chefs like cooking every day. Just like, all right. Fucking nuts. And then it's just interesting, like Google and YouTube, like YouTube's obviously part of Google right now, but they're so secretive. Like the guy, or her boyfriend who works at YouTube, like I was just kind of talking to him, like making small talk about like some of his projects, and he was like, yeah, I can't really talk about like anything that I'm working on right now, but like all I can say is it's like a platform that helps creators do what they do on YouTube and like make a revenue that way, and he has to deal with like people complaining about like the new rules, and it's just like a whole different world.
Yeah.
On the YouTube side of things.
It sounds like almost like they were alluding to using or leveraging some sort of neural network or machine learning to perform, I don't know, like something to expedite the process of getting into, maybe getting into content creation. That's what I want to kind of step into, helping people get into content creation, because I just went through that. And it doesn't seem very hard to do. But then there's
it's
also...
pretty easy.
It is, especially these days, right? But...
yeah, I mean, I will say, like, to get to where I was, like, I just... I started video editing when I was in Sweden, like,
Cool.
self-teaching myself, and I was freelancing for, like, bigger Twitch streamers.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Co-Carnage? You ever heard of that guy?
Carnage sounds familiar, but I think it's because I know somebody from H-Town that has that. But no, I don't know him. Who is he?
Like Co-Carnage, C-O-H-H-C-A, Carnage.
Put him in the chat if you want. We'll put him up.
He's like a variety streamer.
Hmm?
Let's see if I can bring the guy up. Oh, Carnage. Oh, he's live right now. He's like so much bigger too, but he gave me the opportunity to like edit his intro and outro videos as like content, just to like bumper his streams, and that was like maybe a year after Twitch started blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was making good money off like shitty videos, just 1 or 2 a month.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Like, there's a lot of, I do hear a lot of anecdotes, I guess, of lucridity. That speaks to the lucridity of being a YouTube editor for people who are content creators and are successful at it. Like, and sometimes...
And it really taught me about, like, forced me to do problem solving and learn things. Just hammer away at things till you, like, get, like, the final product.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Practicing an art, refining a craft.
This is mercy.
No, I'm not familiar with this guy. What's he playing?
I don't know what he's playing. What is he playing?
Like Persona for like the DS or something? Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward.
That is a weeb ass name for a game. That's like there's this VR game that's like just a VR shooter, and it's like super anime. It's called Bullet Sorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah.
Sounds pretty cool.
It's anime as fuck.
Yo, didn't we have like a camaraderie with D Greyman back in the day? I thought we'd overlapped on some anime.
Yeah, I watched a lot of D Greyman. Like, I think I watched all of it until it just like stopped.
Yep. Yeah, it did stop, and luckily, thank God. Thank God.
I tried to read ahead, but it was just like, man, I can't even see what the fuck's happening on a page. It's just like scribbles.
Yeah, I did think, as per the course, right? The manga, I believe, or is it manga, did go a little bit farther, or maybe a little bit more in depth.
Yeah.
The anime did, but I did very much enjoy that show. I haven't been as much in the anime in the last like maybe 5 to 6 years, but kind of a shame because I'm pretty sure they like only got better.
I think they brought it back, but I don't know.
I don't know, like everyone like would meme or allude to like Attack on Titan, right? I haven't seen any of that.
Oh.
People allude to like this Hunter x Hunter crap. I don't know if that's new. People allude to One Punch Man. That's like fairly modern.
Yeah, I can definitely recommend a few that are like, because like I'm not a seasonal anime watcher. I just watch what's like really like good,
Yeah.
like production wise. Like Castlevania on Netflix, shit's
I saw
so
something about
good.
that. Is it?
Oh man, the animation is it's top notch.
Top tier.
Top tier.
Top tier.
I've been getting into My Hero Academia. I haven't caught up with it, but it's really good. It doesn't bullshit with like filler episodes.
That's cool. I haven't. Isn't there more than one? Like, there's like, I don't know. I think I'm confusing a different anime actually, but I've heard of a lot of that. I've heard of that name quite often.
Yeah, My Hero Academia. Definitely check that one out.
Well, we're getting better at Osu or whatever. Os, I think it's pronounced.
Osu?
I always call it Osu or Osu.
It's Osu.
The clicker game, like DDR with the click on the mouse. Sometimes like League streamers will sometimes play it.
I shot some recap videos for like esports tournaments at UCSB, and like a ton of them would play that in between league matches.
That's sick.
Yeah, and they were like good. It was just like.
I think it's a great trick to get into, or not, or I guess like I think you can use it as a tool to work on like aiming and Counter Strike, or just get your your mouse warmed up for League. League does take a good amount of precision, man, depending on the role that you play.
I never realized that, but yeah, you're kind of right. The way that game works.
Mostly the shooters, I would have to argue. But maybe you're touching on something that might be a little bit different too, but it really is. It does take a lot of precision. Not only you have the skill shots, right, where you have to really predict, you know, with the projectile, and then you can also get just moving the cursor on top of the person, even if it's like a hit scan, just a mouse over, a click, and then I'm gonna hit you, kind of thing. That can be so hard to, like, it's so easy for me to lose my mouse with how fast-paced this game is these days.
Yeah, you can get lost in like fights, like team fights.
I don't know if I'm just becoming boomer mode with like my eyes just going bad, or like what, I can't like focus on like as many things, or if it's like the Rito making too many cool sprites and polygons on their new skins that it makes it hard to understand what the heck's going on. But yeah, I don't know. It's a much more enjoyable game these days for some reason than it was in its past. I'm not necessarily sure why.
I like playing shooters on PC, but my aim is so bad. It's so bad.
Really?
But like if I pick up Halo, I'm like really good.
Yeah.
I made friends in Sweden like rage quit in like Halo Reach because that was the only one we had.
Oh yeah, I played a little bit of that one.
Yeah.
Then you're talking about like the PC version, right?
No, we had like a 360 when we were up there, or when I was out there, back like years ago.
You've been catching up with any of the Halo 3 like teasers from the company about how the development's going? Like, I guess Halo 2 is starting their flight. I think they've started their flight for like closed beta testing earlier last month, so I'm excited as all heck to get my hands on Halo 2 PC.
Yeah, I haven't checked any of that, but I'll definitely be playing Halo 2 once it comes out. Because I played some Halo 1 and I was just like, this doesn't feel good.
Really? I don't think I had an issue with anything but the netcode, unfortunately. That's a huge part of my my experience.
Do they group you with people who play with gamepads? Or is they just like, fuck it, you play with everybody?
I think that they have I don't know if they display that metric to the end user. I know for a fact that Call of Duty 2's, you know, the gunfight mode in Modern Warfare, they have the ability to cross-platform. You know, I was having a buddy who was on PS4. She would like queue with me, and I could also get people who are double PC player, or you know, one player is console, one player is PC. It was not very fair.
Yeah.
It was
I
not
mean,
very fair.
Warzone lets you do that, and it's just like
Really?
it's not really fun for the because the thing is like I'm really good at Halo if I'm playing with a controller, like
Yeah.
hands down. That's like the only way to play it, in my opinion.
I
Just the way
I don't know.
Halo's designed.
I agree with you. It doesn't. I mean, it's such a bulky game. Like the movement just feels like
it's chunky.
Yeah, like I'm like always in this like kind of lower gravity, and I'm like in this heavy suit.
It's like a thick game.
It is thick.
Because you're like, it's like you're moving through syrup in Halo.
Yeah, you know, I actually came to the realization that the skulls that were added to Halo 1 include a mode that for co-op, if your teammate dies, if they die, they can it will restart the instance to the last checkpoint, which was how the Halo 2 you know, legendary mode would operate, and I believe Halo 3 as well. Maybe not for co-op. I didn't play Halo 3 very much at all. But I like that, you know, it's a little bit more challenging. Instead of you know, I die, then you go run to cover, get out of the radius of the enemies, then you respawn me, then we go back again. I like the hard mode where the Jackal one-shots you with the sniper rifle, and they have aimbot because they're playing on legendary, and then, you know, if you die, then we just restart the whole instance over and over and over again. I like that.
Did you play a matchmaking on Xbox?
A little bit on the original Xbox.
Oh, dude.
Mostly
Halo 2 Xbox Live was so good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mostly
fun times.
team snipers. I think it was I think there was a double snipers that I mostly played, and I think there was a team snipers, which was a 4v4.
I just did Team Slayer all day, every day. Stay up so late during the school week.
Yes, sir. Yep. You remember
And
those?
I got like really good in Halo 2, and then Halo 3 drops, and I was just like murdering everything.
Do you remember how crappy those headsets were, man? They had to plug into your controller.
Oh yeah, the shitty plastic and the little like nub of a headset that like sat on top. Ugh.
Yup. That thing could like break if you like even like sat on it for like a half second or something. It was fun times though. I remember that. I remember coordinating with my friends after I think like maybe 8th grade of middle school. You know, back in those days, I had been 2006, 2005. 2006, probably closer to 2006. I had Xbox Live, and man, the fucking Turf map, I think it was called Turf. Awesome.
Yeah.
Turf was awesome. Lockout, awesome.
What was the here? I'm gonna bring up a list of Halo 2 maps. Lockout, I think, is the one that was like my all-time favorite.
The snow map with I think 3 different levels of Z-axis.
It was just like super blue. It was purple.
Yep.
Yeah, Lockout.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah.
That shit was fun, and if they played with the original weapon locations, I'll just like beeline it to shotgun and sword and just kill everybody.
No kidding.
Yeah. Man, Halo 2 was so good.
It was my favorite for sure. Just because I didn't have a 360 till like 2013 maybe. It was a long time that I went without a 360, and even then there was nobody. I didn't really feel the incentive to play it very much because everybody forgot about it. And Gears of War 1 was kind of dying. Call of Duty 4 was still popping on the 360, but I mean, might as well just play it on the PC, right? I already had it on the PC at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, Gears 1 on 360 was a ton
An
of fun.
experience. Yes, sir. Yep. The Gears 5 or Gears 4, the whatever one that just came out, was actually not bad. I thought it was good. Didn't really feel a need to spend $60. The Xbox Game Pass gave me a couple months for $2, which is nice.
Yeah, I tried that too.
It's a good opportunity. It's a good value. I mean, I don't know. Games are kind of too expensive these days to really. and I don't think like they give you enough replay value for me at least to warrant spending $60 every time a new game comes out. So I think that services like that are becoming, should become the new meta.
Mm-hmm.
Stadia's going to change that shit too, I think.
I mean, if they make money at all.
Yeah, I think that the coronavirus might have helped them. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Or at least they're pushing out some units. I don't know if they're going to have any long-term revenue from their services, but they're definitely marking down their units early into the coronavirus. I was considering getting one. If I could play like Bloodborne or something.
Bloodborne's so goddamn hard.
I wish I could.
I can't get those games. I'm so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Run downstairs and fetch my coffee that I left down there an hour ago, and I'll be right back. I'll be right back, my friends. See who's in here. Got some unique lurkers lately. Let us resume.
Abilities. It's a coffee shop not too far away from here. Biddy and Bose had to temporarily close its doors, but because of PPP loans, Biddy and Bose was able to rehire all of its employees. I had the real honor of getting to meet Michael Hoyp. He's one of the employees at Biddy and Bose, and he offered some words of encouragement to our country, and they really touched my heart, and I think they'll touch the heart of America. If you guys wouldn't mind playing those remarks.
President Trump and Ivanka, thanks a lot for inviting us. Thank you, Mr. President, for having us. I love my job, and I am excited about going back to work. At Biddy and Bose, we like to use the phrase called not broken. That means me and all my amazing coworkers are not broken, and we have lots to offer. I know the great country of the United States isn't broken either. So on behalf of myself, Megan and Amy and all the employees of Biddy and Bose, thank you for inviting us over. You guys are our family. Love you guys.
Michael's an incredible young man. I gave him a call yesterday and asked him what he was up to, and he said he and his fellow employees were literally handwriting notes to put in with their coffee packages that they send out to consumers. I received one of these notes from another company, and it really does put a smile on your face, and Michael's doing that each and every day. And Biddy and Bose, they represent the hope and opportunity that is on the horizon for America's workers, as their business embodies the American spirit. Workers like Michael show that this country is not broken and that we will recover together. Michael, thank you. You're an American hero. Thank you for sharing that message of hope. And with that, I'll take questions. John.
Kelly, if I could, welcome to the podium for the first time.
Thank you.
As well. The markets are down substantially today after the president yesterday suggested in the East Room that he might use tariffs to punish China over the coronavirus. Is there any serious consideration being given to putting new tariffs on China, or was the president just spitballing yesterday?
Look, I won't get ahead of any announcements from the president, but I will echo the president's displeasure with China. It's no secret that China mishandled this situation. Just a few examples for you. They did not share the genetic sequence until a professor in Shanghai did so on his own the very next day. China shut down his lab for, quote, rectification. They slow-walked information on human-to-human transmission alongside the World Health Organization and didn't let U.S. investigators in at a very important time. So we take displeasure with China's actions, but I certainly won't get ahead of the president with those announcements.
Is the president seriously considering forcing China to pay some sort of compensation reparations, whatever word you want to put on it.
Again, when it comes to retaliatory measures, I will not get ahead of the president on that.
Thank you, Kaylee, and welcome to the podium as well. The president said yesterday that he has a high degree of confidence that the coronavirus originated in a lab in Wuhan, China, and yet his own intelligence agencies say they're still investigating. So does the president have information, and has he drawn a conclusion that the intelligence community has not yet?
Look, the president's statement is consistent with the other intelligence assessments. While we continue to have very limited and dubious data from China, current assessments indicated that President Trump's statement is consistent with what some analysts believe is the epicenter of where the virus began. And I would note that intelligence statement you're referring to really made 2 points. One, that this virus originated in China. Two, that it began through contact with infected animals or was the result of an accident at a laboratory in Wuhan. So I consider that consistent with what the president said, that he's seen intelligence suggesting it could be in the Wuhan laboratory.
It seemed to lean into the idea that this started in a laboratory, whereas the statement that we saw from
I'm gonna play another round of Team Fortress. Oh god, I keep falling prey to it. No, not Team Fortress. It is Team Fight Text. Wanting to call it Team Fortress.
the DNI said, we're still investigating those two options that you just laid out. Is the president in any way creating mixed messaging by not saying, we're still investigating?
No, let me remind everyone, intelligence is just an estimate, essentially, and it's up to policymakers to decide what to do with that intelligence. In this case, the policymaker is the President of the United States, and he'll make that decision at the right time.
Is the president any close to deciding what to do about China? Has he received any recommendations on
Is the president in any way starting?
It could be in the Wuhan laboratory.
It seemed to lean into the idea that this started in a laboratory, whereas the statement that we saw from the DNI said, we're still investigating those two options that you just laid out. Is the president in any way creating mixed messaging by not saying, we're still investigating?
No, let me remind everyone, intelligence is just an estimate, essentially, and it's up to policymakers to decide what to do with that intelligence. In this case, the policymaker is the President of the United States, and he'll make that decision at the right time.
Is the president any close to deciding what to do about China? Has he received any recommendations on the consequences? Is he anywhere near a decision?
Look, again, I won't get ahead of the president's decision or the timing of that decision, but he takes this very seriously because the decisions of China that I referenced, slow walking some of that information, put American lives at risk. And rest assured, this president has one priority, and that is the safety and the well-being of American lives.
Thanks so much, Kaylee. Welcome. Since it's been more than 100 days since the press secretary stood up there, I wanted to get a better sense of what your plan is. Are you planning to do these on a daily basis at this point? And also, will you pledge never to lie to us from that podium?
I will never lie to you. You have my word on that. As to the timing of the briefings, we do plan to do them. I will announce timing of that forthcoming, but we do plan to continue these. John?
Welcome to the podium. A question for you on Project Warp Speed. Can you give us some more details? The president said ultimately he's in charge of this project, but will there be a day-to-day point person on this? What's the budget for this project, and when can the American people realistically expect that there will be a vaccine available to everybody?
Well, there is a day-to-day point person, and that's the President of the United States, President Trump. And with regard to vaccines, I would note the words of Dr. Fauci, which are these: going into a phase 1 trial within 3 months of getting the sequence is unquestionable, the world indoor record. Nothing has ever gone this fast. So what the president is doing, and under the president's leadership, we're in phase 1 faster than ever before, according to Dr. Fauci, and that should encourage the American people.
In the budget, and then there's really no other point person. I mean, I know the president ultimately, I guess the buck stops with the president, but he hasn't put somebody on the staff.
I'm not going to get into any details as to exactly how that works, but just rest assured we're on an accelerated pace to a vaccine, at least for this phase 1 portion of clinical trial.
Do you know TTS, text-to-speech?
Wait, what's that?
Do you know how to set up text-to-speech?
On Windows?
All before like Streamlabs OBS.
No.
I gotta check out how to do.
Did you see my message about Streamlabs? Like, did you get
Oh.
Streamlabs Prime?
I did. Whatever is the package that you have to get to the widget. No, not widgets, but the themes. Sorry, the themes.
Right.
$20 a month.
Yeah, I saw that. I was considering on getting it, or maybe I could just make my own.
That's the thing. Like, it's nice to have this. It's actually super sick. I'm actually in love with this theme that I found. But I don't have a way that I know of without playing around with it, trying to break it, and trying to hack it, how to innovate off of it. Like if I wanted to maybe like add a certain or tweak something, whatever.
Yeah.
The local files are like local app data, roaming, and then like Streamlabs OBS, and then themes, and then you can finally see the files, but they're kind of they're weird like .ogg files. A lot of time, not that quite, but it seemed like they're like locked down a little bit. The file names are all like zeros and a bunch of like hash names and stuff, hash strings.
They're probably locked down because they're people's property, you know.
I wouldn't know how to like, do I want to limit myself and pay money to limit myself, or do I want to take what I can and what I like and try to not have to pay for it and emulate it, right? Like, kind of feels like I'm paying for a Macintosh right now.
Yeah.
Which works, but expensive.
They have a cool RuneScape theme.
That would be cool. I mean, I guess the cool thing about the theme is that it marries together the sounds that you can, it'll give you, if it's a good theme, it'll give you some custom sounds to use, it'll give you animations, and then it'll give you like the scenes and the sources all laid out for you.
Yeah, that's good
and
if
then the art.
like someone's starting out and stuff.
Yeah, it got me up and running. Like I was using the Scuffed Ass theme for a while before before that I was just kind of going with nothing. I probably should have been using MS Paint or something at that point. And set.
Never pick a fight you can't win.
I think I have a video or a family call in 15 to 30 minutes. We usually have a family call same time every week.
Word.
I don't know if they've changed the time on me or anything. We have some family members in Paris, some family members in Australia, and some here in Wisconsin and California, so it's hard to find a time that's good and works for most people. Never gonna happen. We're always gonna have somebody unhappy. But that's life. Not everybody can be happy. Not all the time. Gotta take turns. Sometimes I'll carry for you, sometimes you gotta carry for me. The beautiful thing about League of Legends is it reveals the true underlying wonders of friendship and teamwork and camaraderie.
The true intentions of people.
The true intentions of people. Face value, they want to work with you. Face value, most of the time they want to troll you. Deep down, deep down they will throw your game. And their game too, just to spite you.
In actuality, they'll just be toxic as hell and just shit all over you.
Yep. You enjoy the last 45 minutes of your life that you worked tirelessly and focused hard on to win this elo, and well, they can just go ahead and hit the S button right before they get the dragon and not participate and just throw a game. You gotta love it, gotta hate it. Man, I got a last pick MF. Wow. Must be an upstairs memer. Dang, their ADC got last pick too. I wonder if I picked his thing. Morgana for their support. Dang, they got some good banger tunes. What do we have? Mid Zed, Soraka support, Garen top, Talon jungle. We got no AP. What the frick? Rocket better carry, I guess. Huh, can't carry. Crap.
My cat really needs to find a place to sit. She's just like in front of me on my desk.
Oh, that's so cute. What kind of cat? Like a black cat, calico?
Yeah, she's a black medium. Oh, there you go. Just lay on my keyboard. That's nice. Okay.
Yo, bro, tip: take a picture of a cat and put it on your. Oh no, I got Mike. Hot Mike. Put it on your Twitch front page. That way, everyone can see it as soon as they click your stream.
Like as a banner?
I did the same thing and I got positive feedback on it. So who knows? Maybe I tapped into some like positive karma.
Huh. Maybe I'll do that. I got some nice pics of.
It wouldn't necessarily be a banner. It would be its own individual like subsection.
Oh, like down in the description area.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yes, sir. Everyone loves pictures of animals. And if you don't got a dog, well, use the next best thing. You got a cat. Commander, what's going on?
Gato.
Yeah. Big fan of the gatos. We got them gatos. Gators.
How terrestrial are we talking?
Yo, have you caught any videos recently of Steve Irwin's son? He's exactly like him.
No, I haven't seen anything.
Awesome, relevant meme where, like, I don't remember his name, but Steve Irwin's kid being filmed walking along the prairie, right? And it's kind of like, I don't know, I think it's like a, I think it's like a prairie. Anyways, he's walking and he's like, oh man, we got one of these big critters on camera. A situation like this is very rare. It's completely relaxed. We're gonna get close, and this is something very dangerous. And the camera pans over and zooms in on a toilet paper roll that's on a tree branch. He's like, I don't know how he closed it out, but like it was really, really good. It made our videos top, so that was cool.
He seems like a really nice dude.
I see no difference between him and his father. Only like the love and adoration and the willingness to continue on that same kind of meme, which is maybe even greater than his father was. So that's really, really cool.
Yeah. Or just like respect for wildlife and all that jazz, you know.
I think that there was, in my heyday, it wasn't my heyday because I think this is like 70s, but like there's Jacques Cousteau, I think was his name. There's always books of Jacques Cousteau's pictures and his like documentation of deep sea creatures and aquatic life and aquatic behaviors. I always was fascinated by those books, and I was a kid, and it kind of stuck with me in my later life. Wanted the marine biology for the school memes, but Dad was like, no, you won't make money from that. And I'm like, ah, crap. All right, Dad, I guess I'm going to go do something different. And, well, I did.
Recalibrating.
Oop. Oh, crap, I'm going to get owned.
This is room temperature.
Through my work.
Oh, crit. Oh, would you are you still there?
Yeah.
I have an idea to do like a frag video or a montage, as they're known for the 360 guys. At a certain release at a certain goal maybe. Like a follower goal or something. And I would probably escalate to you for some help if you think you might have some uptime at any point. I would be more than happy to give you some love. What is this guy doing?
Yeah, I can probably help you with that. Yeah.
Okay. Once I have enough aggregated, I'll be able to date in clips. So I can go ahead and help you out, or I guess reach out to you and see what we can do. I use only one program so far for video editing. That's Filmora Wondershare. You might have heard of it.
I don't know what that is.
Do you use what do you use?
I use Adobe products.
You about to ask a real dumb question. Do you have to do you have to be on Mac to use that shit?
No, you can use Windows, but it's a subscription-based system.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you pay what for a license per year?
I pay for the Creative Cloud Suite, and I pay monthly.
Pay monthly? Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good. You generally would be opting to do this if you are either sponsored by a company or if you're in the business yourself and you're building a portfolio or have some sort of student discount, right? Typically for things like the Ableton software, the music mixing and arranging software, that's expensive,
Yeah, I have
man.
it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
we
bought
gone over this
a
before. That's
license.
awesome.
I bought a license a while ago. Reduce size. Huge. Okay, you're gonna go on the lap. You're like right on my keyboard, dude. All right, then go away. Fine, be that way. I mean, because I do this full time, so I just.
And plus, it's your passion too, right? Or well, a passion of yours.
Yeah, so I got all the tools for doing because I learned how to use Premiere Pro, and that's just like what I like to use.
Probably the most. Everybody knows that name, right?
Yeah,
Get a skill
yeah,
set
it's a
built from that
standard.
name. Yeah, it's a good standard that everybody would recognize. It's a very marketable skill. I liked. I found my way using this Filmora program. I think I pay like $70 a year for it, and they had, like we're running a deal at one point. They're probably running it all the time, making it just look like it was a sweetened deal. But you can split video or audio from a video file and then marry like an MP3 onto the video data that you have. So whenever I take recordings with my phone, I can scrape the audio off of it and then plant in like a recording from like direct capture from anything. Case in point, my piano, when I can just stick a USB into it and just pipe the audio out into a MP3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean with like Premiere, you learn that, and you can learn, or you can use like any other software like Final Cut Pro or Avid. Avid is like a
Takes back to high school. Christ.
Avid is like a film standard out in Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Avid. Bring it up here.
I think Creative Cloud, you might be able to get like a month free or something because of all the COVID stuff. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. I'll
You'd have to look
put it
into
in I'll put it in my cart and then tease them and I'll just leave it there for a bit.
But it's nice because they just give you, like for the suite, they give you all the tools, like because I need After Effects for things and Lightroom for photo and just a bunch of stuff. Why is it cropping my cat's photo all weird? Yeah, whatever.
Too much data packed inside the bits.
Too much memes.
God, I gotta find like a number to call this. Follow-up that I need to have bounced to me. That's not been bounced to me yet. I gotta fire off an email to try to kick the system. So like, wait, what? Hold up here. On this room. Suggested questions. What's your work schedule like? I have to correspond with the person that's already living at this place per the company policy of this middleman company. And like an FAQ, like or suggested questions, like, oh, you like get blade, early bird, you like to cook, order out, blah blah blah, and like normie stuff, and then just said anything about like, yo, you're presenting with any fever. Just kidding. That's what I would be putting on these fucking things, man. Holy crap! I'm surprised these people are getting any business. I'm thinking I probably could have negotiated a little bit lower too. I just didn't have the balls to go that low. Like their starting price was like, or initial price was like 1.6, and then I talked to them. I said 1.0, and they said 1.3. And
you talking about your rent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if I had said, hey man, really haven't had a hard time making ends meet now, but there's the possibility of me getting a job that's very, very serious and very significant. What can I get for 800? Can I get this for 800? Can you do this for me? I wonder if they would have met me closer to 1,000 a month.
So you're still job searching, or what's the?
I've been on a little bit of just a chill break for a bit, and I have actually seen a lot more inquiries or pop-ups on my phone saying tech support, desktop support, and similar positions opening up in San Jose.
Yeah.
So, or at least in my area. I don't know if my filtering per ZipRecruiter is config that I have set up on my phone just by happenstance, whatever it is. I don't know if it's searching even for like Sunnyvale or Mountain View or San Mateo,
Yeah,
or there's
definitely
just
open it up, like on LinkedIn, because I've been checking, just like looking at stuff. I actually applied to Riot and they haven't gone back to me, so they probably don't want me.
No. When did you do that, if you don't mind me asking?
Like 3 weeks ago. I think they're hiring because Valorant just came out and they need like a whole new department to like manage Valorant. And that also means like media and stuff, but because I can do games media, but I don't have the experience.
What would it would be like any sort of artwork, design, or anything like that for a game company is what you would need to get your foot in the door at Riot, is what you're thinking?
No, I think it's more like because it was what was it? It was like a video producer role, but I need more experience like managing shoots and like starting from like step one of like a production or something. So it's like taking resources, managing that, creating plans for like a production, going through with the production, do post production, deliver a final product, that kind of thing. Yeah. And that can like, I think the position also like talked about like streaming, audio visual stuff, and I can do that, but I don't know like industry standard like event streaming AV like stuff.
That's actually being defined as we speak. Due to the coronavirus stuff, of course, right? A lot of AV stuff has been being moved into the streaming world. Just I think by a byproduct of not being able to assemble into like typical concerts and stuff.
Yeah. So I have the capabilities of doing this stuff, but like the type of stuff that they've been doing at like Worlds, is that what it's called? League of Legends
I think
Worlds.
so, yeah. LCS or something, Worlds, I don't know.
LCS, yeah. I don't know like how to do any of that stuff.
Well, if you're interested at all with getting connected with my cousin who might be able to help you with anything related to AV and streaming, more so AV. He's been working in the industry for quite some time as a project manager in the AV world. He's worked with big names. I'm not sure his company, but Aerosmith. He's worked to configure and run Aerosmith show.
Yeah.
The other big names I can't remember right now. Tool multiple times. People like Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders. So if you need me to bounce anything off him, I can always be more than happy just to send him a quick DM. Would always do that for you.
Yeah.
That would be cool to see you kind of get anywhere close to being into Riot. I think that they're a really cool company. I enjoy the fact that they are very PR first. I enjoy the fact that they, I think, are private. I think. I have to look into that.
My friend's friend just got a job there.
Really?
Like right as shelter in place was happening. They're like, they picked her up and she just works from home in the Bay, and they're located in LA.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, all right. Jesus. Must be nice.
What did she get picked up for? If you don't, or if you know and you feel comfortable sharing.
She
programming or like
is-
art.
Yeah, programming or like an engineer kind of role.
Gotcha. Not like not like sailors or not like press or anything.
No. She was she worked at Oculus at Facebook as a contract worker for a bit.
Cool. Contract? Did she get hired or no? I don't know if there was a contract to hire or negotiate or like thing that you're gonna go for, but that's always something I've been interested in.
I don't think they wanted to get her.
Oh, okay.
They wanted to pick her up after
her term.
Yeah. It was something like that. I don't remember the details. You said you do like tech support type stuff?
Yeah, well, I'm getting some sort of like adware, spyware DM'd to me. Who the heck is this? I don't want to click any of this. I'm so sorry. Sign up to this site, https://pubit.com. Okay, no, I don't want to activate this code. What the heck?
Don't do it.
Not doing it. That's spooky.
You're gonna get the malware.
Gonna get the Rona into my computer. Gonna be the LEDs turn from rainbow to like dark and dying red. I did tech support. Yep, for 8 to 10 months.
Okay. I can ask my company, see if there's any roles opening up.
You deal with, I thought you said something along with film or video.
I'm a video editor at our company, but our company sells and builds business automation software for small businesses.
I thought like, yeah, I must have heard video and thought about like, oh, he's in entertainment, like where you are, but like kind of
No,
Hollywood
I am
kind of
not
stuff.
in entertainment.
Okay,
Nah,
yeah.
I'm not in Hollywood.
Hollywood. I'd be interested in having you put my name out there. My skill set is nuanced more towards data work, hospital information systems, picture arc, like working with databases and data in general, and transmission of that data from one proprietary format to an industry standard format, or from one system to another. Usually that requires a negotiation between one proprietary format to a standardized format, and so that they'll take the standardized format, convert it back into theirs, a proprietary blend of whatever. I have a lot of experience with that. I don't know much about your company, but go ahead and maybe tell me a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the fact that you've worked with like medical data and that kind of stuff, like I think you can apply those skills to something different, you know? And Entreport is kind of like an all-in-one type of software, you know? Like you've heard of MailChimp, right? Or like Squarespace, like
I have. What is it?
So MailChimp is an email service provider, for example, and they are considered a single point solution for a business, right? If I'm I sell cupcakes, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, internet, buy my cupcakes. Fill out this form. I'm going to send you an email about cupcakes, right? So I'm going to use MailChimp to sell like mass send emails to people. That's what we do, but we also are like a contacts database. We are a web page builder.
Mm-hmm.
We're an email builder. We're a lot of different things. We take payments, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a lot of these different like solutions under one roof, right? So we're direct competitors with like Squarespace, MailChimp. I don't know if you've heard of a thing called like HubSpot.
I have not. Are they similar
Yeah.
in the fact that they're, I guess, more oriented towards businesses who need to quickly integrate those sort of services? They don't quite have those done in-house, so they need to expand out to a company like you guys who can get them off the ground and get them into the e-commerce space. What is this guy doing? There's a person in this bush.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, they're at like, if the business is at a point where they can afford it and then have the need,
Get out of my face! Oh, 12 health. Oh, look at that micro. We got first blood, baby. Oh no, we didn't. Okay, excellent. Sorry.
But yeah, I sent you the career site. Just look. I don't know what we're looking for right now, but I can definitely like push your resume over.
I'd be interested in
Yeah, man.
having a conversation. Really, I could use the funds. I have plenty of availability right now, and like you said earlier, it's a wide skill set that I was able to learn. Being able to, oh man, it was a blessing getting to learn at everything I did at this workplace without having even an AA. Oh gosh,
Yeah.
I was so blessed. A lot of people were saying, oh man, so much work. I hate that we're so stressed here. I hate that my management doesn't help me when I need it. I hate having to find solutions to my own problems. I hate being stuck on the same problem for months and not having the resources to be able to get it out of my hands. A lot of stress. I hate that the fact that this is medical data and that this is affecting patient care, and that some of these issues can be a life or death matter, a stat issue we would call them. It's a very stressful environment, but I was able to kind of hang. The point is that you learn a lot of IT and a little bit of the hospital stuff. You can nuance in the hospital stuff and the standards that the industry uses to pass data from one entity to another.
Have you worked with MySQL?
I've worked with SQL, but I haven't designed a table in SQL. I've only looked at like the tables that my company would outfit their customers with, and how we would implement and build our table. We'd take a specific formula, our enterprise software, and then give it to customers. But if they were super high paying customer, really big network, they can get like a unique database.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Very, very complicated stuff. I'm not very good with it. I was pretty much in charge with looking at logs of outputs, of functions that ran, and data that was operated upon, what happened to that data. A lot of SQL select statements, a lot of insert statements. I would check to see if the select statement was running, and if it was running, that means the process was probably running, because at the timestamp in the log. And we'll see the clauses that are required to be passed or met for whatever to happen. We had this running for quite a wide array of functions, whether that be to convert the X-ray to an uncompressed version or a compressed version, so we can send it over to a sister hospital or whatever else. Yeah, that's pretty much the experience that I have with SQL. MySQL, I believe, behaves very similarly. I think it's the same syntax, same damn language. just free.
Is this what you wanted?
I've been thinking about and sort of working over the shoulder with my good buddy E-Man, Full, with his MySQL database, which he's setting up for like a character-specific, game-specific death tracker. And I've been wanting to get my own program that an end user can download and install and turn on and do something with metrics or data that stores to a back end somewhere. I want to be able to get that programmed out and push it to a GitHub and say, hey, I did a thing. Look at this.
Yeah, man.
So my idea was to, because I'm starting to play. No, this is a bad gank. Who's got a CC? We're all out of mana, dude. The API for League seems to be pretty extensive. Like, I could probably look at what's available in the League of Legends API and probably write my own application for Streamlabs. Or not application, but like a widget. They've already done that, right? I don't know if you're not familiar, but there's...
mic mute?
I might have not been... Can you hear me? Hello, hello?
Oops, my finger slipped.
Hello, hello? Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, that was weird. Okay.
Might be some weird back-end stuff. So the Discord was acting up for me 2 nights ago. Let's go! Did we get it? Oh no. Wait, we should do this thing. We didn't even get it. Where did we leave off? Oh yeah, I just want to see if I can look at the League of Legends API and develop my own widget to put on my stream.
Dude, it's so weird looking through LinkedIn and it's just like, y'all are hiring? How? Like, alright. I don't know. Fucking weird. Oh man, 59% done? That was like an hour. Fuck.
No kidding. Three up, right?
On my potato. 3 up.
Potato net.
You trust your eyes too much.
I just don't want to pay for more internet because it's just so dumb, dude.
Yeah, just move.
They want to lock me into a year contract.
Yeah.
To get the rate.
Ugh. And then you're
get the.
And then you're still, well, I don't know if you like do a lot of things that I do. Like, I used to watch a lot of streams, but now that I stream, I don't do it as much. But man, I would hit my data cap sometimes, like super easy.
I mean, I hit my data cap last month, but they
waive it?
Cox like removed that because of
COVID.
The shelter in place. Yeah.
COVID.
The Kofefe.
Coming to help you, baby. Yeah. Got you, man. See how it feels, Warwick, to play with somebody who actually is awake, who looks at the map, who can respond, make snap decisions, flash.
Who's clicking on all the things.
Clicks the things. Oh no. I don't have a good support that I do it with. That's what I need to find, a good support.
What the fuck was I doing on the 9th? I like downloaded 240 gigs of something. What the fuck?
They love it.
Oh, right. I'm gonna get oh. I'm so dead. Level 5 OP. I know. Didn't too much.
Killing spree.
That was my bad.
Now running defense protocols. That's the stuff.
Alright, let's kick their butt.
No way. No way.
Good. Get a stun. Get a stun. And how hard is it just to like find a support who just is hyper aggressive as a player, as a human being, and hyper competitive, and all they do is just run it down and get as many stuns as possible? Wouldn't that be a concept? Sounds alien, I know. Sounds really strange. Sounds like nobody's ever done that. Get the thing!
Not me. No
Get the
way.
thing! Not ever. Not one
Not
time.
ever. Drinking out of cups.
Drinking out of cups.
Classic. I think you showed me that video.
I think it was. I think it was N boy.
Oh, was it Nate?
I think so. I think so. Or we all happened to be there at the same time or something serendipitous.
Oh, that shit's so that was like classic internet.
That's as good as the one where the guy's like, oh, I just you know, reminds me of the time it took 20 hits of acid. Open my mouth, the guy squirted it all in there. Oh no, we're gonna get owned if I kill that. Boom.
Lighthouses rule.
What is going on here? Dude, this is an intense match. I don't have anything for you.
Dude, League and like MOBA shoutcasters are next level. I don't know how they know what the fuck's going on half the time.
Yeah, that's true. Nice. Is Shaco dead? No, no Shaco. No dead. Yeah, I've been really wanting to practice casting more. And having an outlet for it. Oh, I just moved. It hit her, not me. No!
Do it more, man.
Sorry, my support almost insulted me. I love casting StarCraft 2 games and the Rocket League matches.
Pretty lady in a suit.
But I don't know. I think about maybe putting it in my like title folder more often and like marketing towards that, putting it or like implementing that in my brand.
Yeah. Just be like the guy that does that like independently and kind of like build up your following that way.
Get me out of here!
Like,
get behind me! Chat, if anyone's watching and wants to play League of Legends and learn, listen, don't do this. If you have full green bar and your ADC has like a 1/10 of the green bar, stay in front of the projectiles. Heck, just right click a move command. Move into the people running it down onto your ADC. Just block that movement for like 1 second. It's called a creep block. Listen, it's called a creep block. You creep block yourself all the time and you never know it, how strong this thing is. Okay? Listen, do it to the enemy. It's OP. As you were saying, sorry.
just click a bunch.
Click a bunch. Start clicking. You know, you can click the red. Clicking the red's really good.
You ever go to an actual esports event like big
been.
stadium? Dude,
Hype is
that shit's fun.
Yep. Oh. I can only imagine it's like somewhere between a movie and a concert.
Dude, I went to the Overwatch World Cup. I don't know what it's called, but it was at BlizzCon.
Mm-hmm.
The shit was nuts. The production level.
Nice, really? Like, was there big statues and like people in suits and stuff, or like
yeah,
cosplay?
Yeah, but they had like a full-on stadium.
Oh.
Like devoted to Overwatch.
Just the Overwatch stage.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. They had like WoW Arena and another one, which was really sick, and they had HOTS, which is really fun.
Oh, really?
Watch.
Oh wait, when was this? What year?
2 years ago, I think. Yeah. It was they were doing like Heroes of Azeroth. That was like the next expansion that they were. That was the one that where they unveiled Diablo Mobile and everyone hated it.
I was not impressed at all with that.
I played it on the show floor and I'm just like, this is not what I want to play.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. I didn't see any actual. Maybe I saw like a brief bit, but I don't remember any. Like, hey, I'm on the ground floor. This is my footage of me playing it, kind of things. And doesn't surprise me. I'm cynical, but it doesn't surprise me that they probably just pushed out this product that's like, it feels like kind of snappy, but it only feels snappy because you're borrowing the same exact engine and game from some like I don't know if it's like a clicker game that's popular overseas. It's like the same fucking, like a reskin.
Yeah, that's the same thing. They just like tasked a third-party team to crap that one out.
Slap out some new art for that engine. New assets.
Yeah, switch out the characters and all that hack.
Dude, that would have been amazing to get paid for that. Be like, yo, I worked on Diablo Immortal, and the name alone would have been sick. I would have felt very compromised. Like, man, if I could have been working on Diablo 2, heck yeah. Or what if Diablo Immortal was actually a good title, like Diablo 2? Heck yeah. I'm not impressed at all with what I heard about Diablo 4 like a year ago.
Yeah, I like watched the trailer and was just could care less. Hopefully Shadowlands is good for WoW. I just don't have any faith in Blizzard anymore. Stocks are down for me.
Oh, they messed up really bad with the Hearthstone player that got banned for the anti-China thing, right? So there was like a protest that was going on. I don't know if it was Yellow Jackets.
I mean, they like killed their entire esports division for HOTS.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna remark on yesterday when you asked me if I played HOTS. I think you did. Thought that they were Dunzo. Can I get some help? I'm so dead. I live again. Oh, I fight forever. We actually didn't. We actually traded 1 for 1. Hog. We're hogging out. We are pogging out.
Everything's a bullet if you believe.
Do I have a Turbo Squid account? Nope.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I don't.
This doesn't end until the last body hits.
This Ash is getting so fed.
An enemy has been slain.
Come on. Do it. Yeah, dummy. I gotcha. How you feel now, dummy? Yeah. You feel real dumb, don't you? Yeah.
Killing spree.
Sorry. I can totally mute for that stuff.
You're good, dude.
Okay.
It's fine. You're popping off. It's cool.
Wait. Oh, did we get the kill? Yeah, we did. I am popping off. I just got that dragon. Let's pull that crap. Have you ever seen or are you familiar with like the Caleb, the black guy on YouTube who does like the really like meme videos? I can describe it a little bit more after I like kill this monster.
They sound familiar, but yeah. Oh my god! Just let me download the freaking model.
An ally has been slain.
Caleb City. I think this guy does a masterful job with using irony as a consistent element in his videos. With pretty short form video content. It's pretty good. High quality.
Caleb what?
Your team has
Caleb City.
destroyed a turret.
Put it in game chat here.
I take for sport, business, and pleasure. Sometimes all three.
Oh! A flasher redo.
Cool, I'll check that out later. How do I download this? Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Did I ask you about your TV takes?
What?
Did I ask you about your TV takes?
It's a TV takes.
Oh, like what? If you've been watching anything? Oh.
Oh. No, I don't really. I'm not really watching anything like religiously right now.
Oh, where's my team? Please, one auto attack more, man. Anybody? Oh yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy. You don't have to be next to me. You can just be out across the map and you play Senna. You just play the global Senna ult and you just snipe. You don't even have to snipe. It's actually like the size of a street. Width of a street coming at you. Across the map. Bada bing, bada boom. That's my second death in 21 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all. And we're actually kicking their booties. Nice. I think we get out of this bronze 3 today. We get out of bronze 3 today.
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable. You under truck and Pokemon Red. Evan just sent me that as a headline.
Oh my god.
That sounds like
Is that like on /random or whatever?
I don't know. It sounds like you got it from /random, like your opinion or something. You remember YTMND?
Kind of.
Man now dog's got like the boom. Oh! Get out of my face! Actually, that was I didn't get anyone. Senna is getting all the kills. I'm tilted. I had 200 IQ take last week talking to Nate, and he's like, "Yo, something." I'm like, "Oh man, YTMD was kind of like TikTok of like the 2000s." And it's true. Anyone was quite around to enjoy it. It was like you take a concept and then rehash it as many times as you can. And if it was a good rehash, slightly augmented version of a motif or a theme, it'll get upvoted apparently, and good. Oh, Trindamir is just BMing. Trendy.
A summoner has disconnected. I take tips. Shut down. A summoner has reconnected.
I actually kind of have like this
Your team has destroyed a turret.
issue where
Nothing like a
like
smoking
a fly
corpse and a paycheck.
got into my garage, had like eggs that spawn. It was really hot the other day. They were able to live. So I have like 15 freaking like houseflies just like chilling in this gross ass like it's gross like, but it's not a gross ass fucking like environment. I don't understand like what they attracted to.
Scanning for cowards.
I'm what the heck to do about that? Bouncing out this pad. I just like leave the garage open, maybe set on a couple of fans. I smoke. Smoke grenades, smoke them out. Kermex guys, let's go. Kermex.
Not all that fun.
Leave out some fruit and then like torch it.
Is that gonna kill him?
I don't know. Attract them to something that they like.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we do? We just turn into a big freak. Into a big pop. Go get the fucking scrap. Yeah. That was the real Shaco? Is he? He's inting. He's inting. Dude, I have like 2 legendary people on my team. Let's just win this game. Win the game. Bing, bang, boom. Oh! Double kill. Yep, surrender. Surrender. Switched it. Got it. Guys got owned. Guys, they got owned. Mixer's kind of cool. I just don't know how to manipulate it?
I've streamed on like Mixer once and then didn't do it.
I actually
Or
got
stopped.
like there's like all sorts of crazy things going on, man. Like so I stream on it for like my first or my second time, and like I got this one guy that I'm not even like looking at in my chat, just like donating like a string of 15 things. I'm like, what the heck is going on? 5 hours later, because I didn't realize it, because I didn't have like my chat syncing from one platform to another.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if this guy gave me like bits, equivalent of bits, or what. Like jewels or something. And then I see like embers. Embers is a different currency than jewels. I'm like, oh man, I'm way too boomer for this one. This is like I'm playing Fortnite, but it's like a, I don't know. Have you heard
Oh,
of
nice.
with the picture?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. You can tie emotes or something to the bit donation or the cheer, I guess. I don't know what those
Cool.
are though.
I think they're the bit equivalent.
That makes sense.
On Mixer, maybe? I don't know.
And then maybe those embers. I would bet if I had to bet, those probably like buy those with the real money. I don't know. Yo, the enemy team did really bad, and our team did really good. Should I just re-queue right now and run the gambit and just hope that I get the good team again and not queue with the bad team? What do I do?
Gotta roll the dice.
Do I roll the dice? Roll the dice. Well, Cuphead and his Mug Man.
Oh shit, Restream's free?
Yeah, you can do a paid version of it, and I think get some bells,
Yeah.
bells and whistles. The only one I remember.
I've used it at the company I work at. We were fucking around with that for a bit.
Cool.
Multi-streaming to YouTube and Facebook and
Yeah, I mean,
There's
there's
a
a
whole
bunch
thing.
of them. Like even LinkedIn, like I would do it there, but I wouldn't because I don't do professional content at all. I don't think my market base there is gonna give a crap about my stuff.
This is my KDR, people.
You know, it's really sad though, is I have like my biggest following there. It's really easy to and I don't think they were as a company. LinkedIn was cool with this back years ago, but they've eased up on their policy of who you connect with. They used to have a policy where if you don't know the person, they could kind of take action against that bond, that connection. They would not treat it as valid. They were trying to make the environment a very much more intimate network, but I think it just didn't scale very well. Probably is why they loosened up on it. So I just one day, you know, or for a couple months back in 2018, started just following a bunch of people in the cybersecurity industry from around the world. And then I think like 10. Oh, I have a crap load of people followed on there, like 10,000, I think. Connected with.
Nice. I
And if
really
it-
don't like connecting with randos though.
For like a secure.
No, because like every time I've added someone, like they'll try to sell me something and I
Yup.
don't
Certification
care.
bundles. Yep.
And I like try to fuck with them and then they get all mad. And it's just like, well, why? I don't even know who the F, like,
Opened yourself.
get out of here.
Get out of here. Trying to fool. Who you trying to?
I'm gonna try this restream out.
That'd be awesome.
See if
No.
it like bumps up engagement or something.
Yep. Have you caught wind of the? Are you? Well, I'll start with the FTL protocol, the faster than light streaming protocol. You can look into it. It's apparently just a much snappier response time with respect to delay. Very small amount of delay.
Huh.
If you integrate in your streaming output stack mixer, Restream will be okay with you calling that that proprietary FTL mixer protocol and I guess using it for your other streams. I think is the way it works.
Sorry, say that again?
Interesting new streaming protocol that's replacing, I think, what was the industry standard, or it might have the potential to, called FTL.
Okay.
If you notice within OBS Streamlabs or any sort of streaming platform, Restream.io included, you'll see Mixer with the subcategory of FTL, and then Mixer with a subcategory of like a different one. I forgot, a 4-letter acronym. FTL is the faster one, but you have to be using Mixer. You have to be streaming to Mixer to use the faster service. Is all the point is.
Huh.
I enjoy networking a lot. Very fascinating. Man. Hey, have you ever thought about how to advance your career and increase your earning potential within the field of education? University of Cincinnati Online offers the perfect program to make that happen. Education, their curriculum, and instruction. Our program is completely online. Blah blah blah. Okay, LinkedIn's trying to sell me stuff. Gosh darn it. I want to toot my own horn here. Hey, total connect. Okay, I don't have 10,000. I have 1938, which is considerably more than most of my other networks. Off there by magnitude, but cool to be able to get some content out to these guys. I was going to do a security blog for more than a couple months, but it ended up just doing it for a couple months. Might still have the domain paid for. Still expensive, but I want to increase my footprint a little bit.
Ah, stop. Microsoft, why do you do this?
Dude,
oh my god. Okay.
Thanks.
So I like waited 4 years to get my domain for my website.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it decay, or were you taking action against, like, or trying to file something?
It decayed. It like freed up eventually, and I just like hopped on that shit.
What is your domain? Promote it.
I sent it to you the other day.
I could pull it up, yeah.
It is my name. Here, I'll just post it in the Twitch chat. Ooh.
Across the two. Like, first time I saw this, I have this monitor really, really bright. Didn't quite see the text and the other tabs up top. Click the About tab, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's my boy. Looking all grown up, getting paid big bucks to do the real things. Got this guy out, motherfucker. Everybody, Rep, my friend here, is here to help you your needs where they need to be.
Oh man, you got my picture up too? Woo!
Sir. Yes, sir. You gotta look at the quality, the depth of field, the pixel count is just so dense. You see the pores on the face. We can see the sheen from the lighting, perfectly engineered for you sign up with this service?
Yeah, that was taken by my buddy High Top Lewis.
Great picture. Great.
Yeah. He's a good photographer.
Agree. Agree. We're gonna cut to a quick break. Use the restroom and one more warm of the coffee. And we'll play the rest of our promo series in League. Be right back, chat.
Look, I don't know why you came here, but this little temper tantrum of terror you got going on, it ends here. Oh, so you finally noticed. You haven't even made me blink yet. You think something like that is gonna stop me? What? Oh, no. No. Oh, wait. Oh. What was that noise? Oh my gosh. Oh, why? Jermaine! Why would you do that? Oh no. Stop! Oh my goodness. Oh. This guy's dangerous, Jermaine. Get out of here. Oh my gosh. Thank you. He's so much stronger than I initially thought. Thank you. Don't mention it. I'll hold him off as long as I can. Damn! No! Oh, so you're the legendary thief that everybody's tried so hard to catch. Who's asking? The one that question. Okay, first off, why do y'all do that? Who's asking? What do you expect me to say to that? You're just giving yourself away, and what do I say? What do I say after that? Stupid. Like, at least try to act like you don't know English or something. Be more creative. Sorry, I don't speak with. Never mind. I'm getting off topic. To answer your question, I'm the guy that's gonna catch you. Oh, really? With what evidence? Oh, there's plenty of evidence. Like what's in the hoodie pocket? What? This bottle? Why would a simple water bottle incriminate? Shake it. You're smarter than you look. The line doesn't work here. But anyways, I have reason to believe that you tried to steal a key to a safe that held millions upon millions of dollars. However, I swapped that key with a banana before you got to it. Impressive. But I only expected that. Really? Yes, really. I expected you to swap that out with this banana. So, I managed to steal the key before I stole it and implant it into the banana that you would swap it with. The one that you have is a fake replica key that I made. Funny you should say that, because I knew you would make a fake key. So I stole the fake key that you made and swapped it with the real one. So that when you inevitably swap the real one with the fake one, you would actually put the real one back in its place. In other words, the one in that banana is the fake one. Very clever, but I thought ahead. I planted bombs around the city that I could detonate at any moment in several locations. If you don't give me the key right now. Now, what will it be? The key or destruction? It's a hard decision. It's a good thing I don't have to pick, because this is the battery to your detonator. I'd be angry if I didn't already put the bombs on a backup timer. I'd be pressed if we didn't already disarm them. I'd be upset if I didn't. You might want to answer that. Hello?
Yeah, I'm calling back this number because your dry cleaner is...
I knew you would disarm the bombs. That's why I placed extra bombs at your dry cleaner. You'll never enjoy unwrinkled clothes again.
I didn't know a
You'll
mixer
have to
made
iron
you wait
them, like everyone else.
for a stream key. Mixer's making me wait before I can get a stream key. Yeah. What the? That's so weird. Like, I've already streamed onto... No. Yeah, Twitch is pretty smooth. I'll be right back.
Else. That sucks. Because we relocated those bombs to your dry cleaners. I think you missed one detail. Not likely. You caught, bro. I'm not even here. What? What?
I was never there. You've been FaceTiming me this entire time.
No. What?
This entire time.
I'm actually in my house, chilling.
You thought you was a step ahead the whole time. Nope. You weren't even talking to me. I've been chilling. I was chill. Good luck. Good luck trying to find me. Good luck.
Wait, what I need luck for? I don't need a thing. What do you mean? I'm in your house. That's not true.
Open up. Open up.
How did you find me? No, how did you find me? How?
Open up. Open.
this is the scene of the crime. That's right. They said the robbery happened just last night. Fifth one this week. Honestly, I don't know how we haven't caught the guy. He doesn't leave behind any... Stop. Close that door again. This isn't the place. What do you mean? This is just to throw us off. Knock on that door 3 times. Now tap it 3 times with your fingertips. Once with your elbow. Now lick it. Bro, what? Come on! I need you to lick the door. Man, why? What now? Oh, I see. It's an older motto. Whistle. Wait. What was that? What was that? That's what we're looking for. The secret passage. No. Secret, no. That door was literally there the whole time. Well, you're not wrong. It would appear that this door is just a door that leads to another room. But with the right touch. What? Wait, that's... Now look. What? That's the room we're in right now! No. It's a room we thought we were in. But we haven't wasted too much time. Now we can start the real investigation. Shut up for a second. Just follow me, man. Shut up. Come on, let's go. There. What? That stack of books and papers. What about it? They weren't like that before. In the first room we walked into, the decoy room, that top book was straighter than this one. Meaning that on his way out, he had to walk through the decoy room and tripped over something, landing directly on that stack of books and papers, thus ruining it. He then laid there in agony for a short while, and then stood up. In an effort to make it look like he was never here, he fixed it. However, he didn't know that this stack, the original stack, wasn't perfectly stacked. So in his effort to make it look like he was never here, we now know for a fact that he was. So you got all that from that? You're reaching, dog. These are 2 separate rooms. So why should everything be the same?
Yo, I'm back.
It doesn't make any sense.
I was just making some lunch.
Yeah.
Or warming up some lunch.
We managed to recover some of the footage that the escape artist destroyed.
Looks like he fell over some books or something. Hurt his leg. You guys might want to check this out.
Sending it over right now.
Okay. My deduction is that the suspect is 20 years old, 5'11", in college, and is headed towards Chuck E. Cheese right as we speak. Come on, Chuck E. Cheese's! You might want to catch him. Get me a helicopter to Chuck E. Cheese's right now.
Got it, right away.
I hope you know what you're talking about, man. Yes.
Hey, you're not gonna believe this! We got him! We got him! We got him at Chuck E. Cheese's! We got him! We got him right away! How did you know? How did you know?
I did all that. Yeah, I took care of that thing too. Let's just say they're gonna be taking a long nap. No doubt. What the hell? Hey! You thought this was your house or something? Leave! Wait. Boss, that dude is here.
What dude?
The one that killed the guy with the 2 pancakes.
What are you oh!
Wait! What you doing here? Acting stupid, I presume? You must be stupid if you came here and I'm here. Cause I'll dog you. Back up. Cause I'll dog you. And you must be... Back up. No! Oh my God. Why are you so strong? Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Why are you so strong? Please, I'm... Oh, my rib. Oh, my
You have 30 seconds.
Oh.
Tell me who's running all this.
Man, I was already gonna tell you off rip. I was already gonna tell you. You didn't ask, man.
Fair enough.
Go ahead, tell me. Hey, you awake? No, he passed out. Yeah, he passed out. What's all that noise? What the hell? Who are you? Hey, hold up. Who's on the ground? What are you doing here? What have you done? You think I'm gonna just let you? My vital organs. My vital organs. What is blocking the way? Huh? Hey! This was you? Come here! Come here! Oh, ain't nowhere to run now. Ain't nowhere to run. What you doing? That you think that's gonna help? Come on. Come on. Come on. My organs. My organs hurt. Tell me. Who's in charge? Oh, this pain different. This is different pain. This is new. This is new pain. What? Hey! Bro. This is all you? You did all this? Help me. You think you could just come in here and stop our soul money? Are you the one in charge? We finally got you, didn't we? Took us a minute.
Hey, so how close
But
are
we
you
got you.
to getting
got you.
affiliate
Here.
on Twitch?
You ain't going nowhere. Now all I gotta do is sit back.
Dude, that's
and wait for
awesome.
the boss to get
So
here,
one more follow. Yeah.
So he can find out what to do with you.
Thanks. I appreciate the positivity. I took me about a month and a couple of weeks to get here.
I let you tie me up.
Definitely took a little while.
I've got like all the requirements except average viewer
Look around this room. Let's fill in this entire room.
count.
Average of 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
No.
that's
no.
kind of a
No.
tricky
No,
thing that you
no!
can approach different ways. You can use like a phone to generate a view. I mean, purely for utility purposes, it's nice to be able to have that to read your chat and stuff like that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it, ethically or TOS wise. And then if you have a couple of friends that just have a TV, like a family member, I have it. My mom put my stream up on the TV in the other room, and she kind of like leaves it on loud or mutes it sometimes, and that's just another viewer. And then I also have a TV in my house that I do that on as well. So there is my 3 viewer count. I could just maintain that way. And then anything additional is anything additional.
That's a good idea. Good ideas.
Yeah. Worked for me so far.
Mhm.
It has worked for me so far.
All right.
I didn't even.
Nate, get on Discord so we can harass you.
He works till 6.
Ugh.
Sucks. He's work from home
I get-
these days, so it's nice.
Yeah.
I used to get off at 3. That was mint.
I get off at 11:30 on Fridays. So we got half days, baby. Well, guess I'm just gonna play some Animal Crossing.
Animal Cross.
Cross them animals. Get money, pay off loans.
Okay. What time is it? 1:46. Is there a briefing? In a half hour. Going on now, or pre-stream? Started streaming 32 minutes ago. Watch live coverage as President Trump hosts a ceremony at the White House that will recognize hard work, heroism, and hope. This is slated to begin, I would imagine, in like 20 minutes. But if there's any other people who are co-guests or co-hosts or whatever, it might alter when they are ready to go. Fauci should be in prison. Dang, these comments are insane. Yo, V-Man, I need to get into politics, man. Or reporting, I mean. One of the two. Probably reporting. I think reporting is way cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, well, I don't know. Maybe not. For one, there's really cute girls. And for two, I think you get to, I don't know, have a say, kind of. Like, I mean, I guess your spin does actually have some outcome.
I don't care too much about politics anymore.
Did you have, like, a time in life that you were? What'd you say? Oh, who's up there now? Who's this? Are we ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Hog.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a great honor to have you all. I know your stories. I got to read about your stories. In some cases, I knew your story without having to read about it from Staten Island. So thank you all very
people were
much.
saying
Great
that
honor to have you.
Trump has
This afternoon,
known symptoms of
we're going to recognize several individuals who have
overdose of
responded to the
hydroxychloroquine.
invisible enemy with courage, determination, and grace. Terrific people. In recent weeks, our nation has endured extraordinary hardships and loss, and we mourn with one heart for every life that's been taken from us. In the midst of so much pain, the heroes we honor today are a true source of inspiration for us all. You really are a very great inspiration for us all, and the whole country is watching. With us today is Kyle West from Cincinnati, Ohio. Kyle is 23 years old, and he's proud to be a mailman in his hometown I know Cincinnati very well. I actually worked in Cincinnati, and it was the Queen City. I had a great experience. Many of the people on this route are older Americans in a low-income area, and as Kyle says of his job, we're not just mailmen, we're mechanics, movers, and many other things. We're part of the neighborhood. That's true, isn't it, huh, for a mailman? Kyle talks to roughly 500 of his customers each day, bringing a cheerful smile and a listening ear to every parcel of mail. When the pandemic hit, Kyle delivered a note to hundreds of older Americans on his route. It said, if you are at risk and need help getting essential items, let me know. I will do what I can to help. That means you get it done, right? That's what he means. Sincerely, Mailman Kyle. Since then, Kyle has received more than
Mailman
400
Kyle.
responses, and he's delivered vital groceries to dozens of senior citizens. Kyle, your love for your neighbors lifts us and the entire nation. Would you come up and say a few words, please? Thank you, Kyle. It's terrific. I'll move that down for you. Thank you. Thank
All right. Thank you, Mr. President. I'm greatly honored to be here to represent my fellow postal employees as we continue to provide our essential services to America. Customers often tell us during difficult times that seeing us out every day gives them a sense of normalcy in their life. The gratitude we are receiving from our customers is greatly inspiring, and the thank you notes along our routes are helping us get through. We're delivering a lot of essential items at this time. The amount of medicine has greatly increased. Customers depend on us for Social Security checks and other financial information, census material, mail-in ballots, and then essential items that they're ordering online. At the Postal Service, we're continuing to follow CDC guidelines to keep ourselves and our customers safe. Social distancing, wearing a face mask, lots of hand washing, and the cleaning of our vehicles CDC guidelines to keep ourselves. I'm very proud to work for the Postal Service and to deliver for our country. Thank you.
Substantial and all.
Thank you very much, Kyle. Also with us are Libby Bish and Raphael Mello, and they're real estate agents in Northern Virginia, great business real estate. When one of their clients told them that his restaurant had been hit hard, Libby and Raphael decided they wanted to do something to help. They began raising money to buy food from restaurants to donate to local hospitals. Within a few weeks, they have raised over $6,000, made 18 deliveries, and fed over 500 healthcare workers. And Libby and Raphael, please, I'd like to thank you and acknowledge you by having you step forward and say a few words. Please, please, please.
Not the keynote speakers. We were on time as well today.
Mr. President.
Good job.
Kind of covered it all for us already. So we are real estate agents in the DC area, and this mission really came about after receiving a phone call from some of our clients who work in the food and beverage industry here. They gave us some insight on what COVID-19, how the impact that it had on their business, and from there we just felt compelled to act. So we started a GoFundMe campaign to give them some additional business, took money, ordered catering directly from their restaurant, and we dropped it off with different staff working at various hospitals around the area, tirelessly, obviously. The campaign started picking up, so we started doing more donations, and we kept dropping off. We also increased our goal, but we kept dropping off at different hospitals around the area. So another really cool factor that we did to sprinkle in with this was we started compiling videos of some of our contributors expressing their gratitude, and those videos were being sent along with the food drop-offs. Let me get you ready.
Some assistance with it. Yeah, so
Mr. President already addressed most of this, but we named our campaign Frontline Fuel. We raised over $6,000, helped over 18 local businesses, and delivered meals to nurses and doctors in the area, over 500 nurses and doctors. We also partner with a local boutique company that produces hand sanitizer, Defy Aesthetic, to include in our drop-offs as an added bonus. Our mission is simple. We want to help local business while also encouraging and helping healthcare workers who are selflessly working around the clock to ensure the health of our people. Thank you, Mr. President, for this opportunity. It's an honor to be here today.
Similar to yesterday, in the vein of yesterday's briefing, we're having a lot of ethos calls here of CEOs coming to the stage and giving
tall guy, right?
the take of what they're doing to address.
So how tall are you?
The problem from their
6'8",
angle.
that's a good height. That's I have a son that looks like he's going to be right around that
number. I really
number.
care about policy that's on
Marin,
Capitol Hill.
right?
And
See, he's
I
going to
care
be up
about
there. That's really good. Thank you very
more
much,
so
and thank
the,
you, Libby, very much. Today we also honor
interchange
T.J.
between
Kim,
the
a high school
aid
sophomore from
federally
McLean, Virginia.
to the states.
T.J. hopes to serve as a pilot in the United States Navy at just 16-year-old. 16, boy, that's a great age. T.J. is already taking flight classes to get his pilot's license. When he heard that
sounding
hospitals needed more personal protective equipment, he launched his own mission, Operation SOS.
I would have to say,
which stands for Supplies Over the Skies.
From the Cuomo
he
Power.
worked with his school, church, and community to collect medical supplies. With the help of the flight instructor, who probably was a very good person. I think pretty good.
Which is like a drug to help treat patients.
Which drug, sorry?
It's called remdesivir.
Remdesivir. Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that the malaria drug? Sorry?
I don't know if it's the malaria drug.
Yeah.
Good flight instructor.
No, I don't want to look at that one.
Too.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. The eye is the window to the brainstem.
Oh, do we start with a Team I Love You? That was really, really cool. How about with an E or A? Gosh.
I'm gonna clean this galaxy from the inside out.
I think that somebody who spelled and grinded spelling lists for years, come the annual spelling bee season, would remember how to spell confidant and confident. But no, apparently not.
Confidant.
Confident. Not now. Ever.
Did you go to Pioneer?
I wish I did, but I did not. I was in the private school, Western Christian.
Oh yeah, that was the other middle school there, right?
There's two of them. There was that one and another Christian school, I think called I don't remember, but there's another one. Oh, sorry. Oh.
I'm just a lonely girl piloting the galaxy's deadliest super weapons.
Middle school was not a good time. Me at least.
Pioneer?
Yeah, not fun.
Oh. Yeah, it'd be a tough time. Not only do you have to deal with external factors that you cannot control, because you're not a parent and you can't make the authority to do anything, but you also have to deal with other social factors that will stack against you later on down the line if you don't get the skill set that is generally learned at that age, it seems. But it's a tough thing. I often see that girls have it bad. They'll be very competitive with one another and kinda spiteful and abusive.
It's so weird to think about, but we kind of grew up like right before social media like kind of hit, so we didn't really like have those
additional dynamics for skill sets or social skill sets?
Well, just like the need for this thing, like social currency. Like we didn't have any of those. We just kind of lived, you know.
Yeah, it was probably a more I don't know. It's just in a different energy form. That's like that cred, street cred kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't give you an example. I wasn't alive. Maybe like log collection. I don't know if I can. Okay. a cork board.
The Pokemon cards.
Pokemons. There's an argument that's often. I got a group call coming in. I have to cut stream for a little bit and wish happy birthday to my uncle. I will leave the stream video on, but be muted. Probably do the same for Discord. See you in a bit.